Hi there, guys. This is a video I've been wondering if I was going to make. I was getting group bullying online, and this started with Gabrielle Bernstein. So that's the writer of Super Attractor, all those books. Started out that I was doing private messages back with her that I was intuitively feeling I needed to do some readings. And then later it turned into me. There were certain questions that were mentioned that she did podcasts about, and I knew it was directed towards me, and they'd be like joking around. Later, it turned into me asking her a DM about, or a private message about, hey, what's your opinion on some of the stuff I was going through? She goes and she does a bit of a response in a podcast with all this anger in there to the point the vibe didn't impress me. Like I shut it off. It felt awful. I turn around and I make one post of this is stuff I pick up on that you need to look at. That turns into 5 or 6 people in her group. There was posts under Deepak Chopra stuff. There is stuff with Shetty. Shetty's wife hops in at one point. I think Mary Forleo did a video. It got into having School of Greatness, Lewis Howe, I believe it was. It got into who else got involved with this? Everyone in her group. I ended up being about 5, 6 videos. Oh, Marissa Peer got involved. And it got progressively more and more toxic. I ended up doing 1 or 2 things back where I'm just like, no, I've had enough. Excuse me. But this became into like group bullying. So it was the energy in the tent behind the stuff. There was even posts under Hay House where you had, what's her face there, Barbara Eden's daughters. They took the one video down. They're talking about, oh, we're going to do this new energy technique. And it would have been your middle finger going like this up over your third eye. And then, it started getting progressive with this stuff. Where to the point I'd look at like a YouTube video and there was a Marissa Peer video and there's shots being thrown at you and it felt disgustingly toxic. To the point it would be under like an Instagram story or something nasty being thrown towards you with a lot of toxic intent. Literally to the point, I felt like I specifically explained to her in a DM, look, I'm going through some of this trauma. I've had some of this happen, whatever. Goes ahead and does this stuff towards me. Gets groups of friends in there. The energy doesn't lie, okay? There is the intent to joke around, then there's the intent to take some nasty shots. To the point it was even described about pushing someone into a burnout on a video, as in like, oh, well, if you're being pushed into having a burnout. Mental health was discussed. So as I was getting that towards me, they go ahead and they throw up. Jay Shetty posted a thing about mental health. And then, what was the other one? Oh, they got Ed Milet to post videos too. And then, what was the other one who posted it? Oh, Kyle Cease goes and makes videos. And then he posted a video about a suicide hotline literally around the day that I felt my mood absolutely tank over this. Where I just like, it went from a back and forth with one person, which it should have been just the two of us back and forth, to all these people stuff hopping in, to a nasty one being posted under Chopra, which wasn't Deepak, but I look at it, ton of anger towards me. I'm just like, oh, not even gonna respond. Then all of a sudden there's posts under Hay House, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Like I said in the video, I didn't name the names before. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. And it started I'm not exaggerating. I had stuff from New York. I had stuff from Florida. I had stuff from Mesa, Phoenix, come at me. I had, or connected to that, I had fake accounts where people were trying to tune into reads towards me and then post stuff that under different names, but then having suggestions or different things so you know who it's from. Stuff from California, New York, Florida, Texas, all over, all in this group. It was just kind of like, who else can we get to say something? And then there'd be posts pretending like they're helping, but the intent was to take shots at you. Or it'd be to take a shot at you and in some way, shape, or form, then act like, oh, but we're going to send something, there'll be something else nice after this. I want people to realize that this actually has happened. And you can double check with the universe to make sure I'm telling the truth about this. But it was to the point, what really disgusted me I don't even want to say disgusted me, but to the point I went, you've got to be kidding me. When stuff was posted about mental health stuff and even a suicide hotline after I felt my mood dip because of how I was being treated while going through a parent at home who is dealing with Parkinson's. I had both parents in the hospital at one point during COVID. I had a hospital stay during COVID at one point. Spiritual warfare stuff, which I'm pretty sure I'd already mentioned to one of the people there. Kelsey's had been bullied in the past. What else? Gabrielle Bernstein has had multiple rock bottoms in his life and breakdowns, and she discusses that openly. Who else in that group has had stuff like that? And that's how they were turning around and acting like that. Yeah. And I've wondered about this. I've literally just gone and I was going on a 4-hour drive here in Canada, and I'm just debating, like, do I say something? Do I say something? I'm like, I've had enough, guys. There's been stuff flung in there. There's even people that like connected to sending stuff. Who else hopped in there? What was it? Oh, I had stuff. Oh my God. Like, I would have to make another video. Stuff started getting sent from various groups, okay? Connected to Arizona, connected to California, to New York, to Meza. All this stuff in the US, all right? All this stuff coming towards me. When literally it was just this one little thing, one little post back, and then it turned into maybe 2 other posts, and it was me picking up on stuff that needed to either be healed, or I posted something like, look, I've had enough. The level of toxic it felt like when all of a sudden there is like, you're feeling like shit from all this stuff going on, and then boom, Marissa Peer posts something, 30 ways to ruin your life, and throwing the shots, and it wasn't just what was said. And anyone who knows energy and in the spiritual community, you will know that it's not just what's said, it's the intent behind it. And here's the thing, Gabrielle Bernstein goes out there and says, there's room for mistakes, but not room for harm. She directly was trying to cause harm, and then gets her friends to post videos about mental health and suicide hotline. Stuff like that. You should not. I was horrified because you posted that under Deepak Chopra stuff and with Hay House. These are 2 areas that people look up to like crazy. So I'm not sure what people in this group are thinking when they're supposed to be spiritual teachers acting like this. There was even shots posted about my dick on a social media thing. There was jabs posted at all different stuff with me. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. And there's stuff I was dealing with spiritual warfare. So the thing, even the comment, like, I'm debating if I post it, but at the end of the day, it has to be seen, all right? It has to be seen. I'm so tired of seeing toxicity in the spiritual community, in the coaching community, and all this. And a lot of this it's all been mainly stuff with the US coming at me. And it would be putting out energy of like clearing and healing and clearing and healing, and then that stuff coming up. But when one person directly tries to get, and I didn't know, I can't say one person, but me, Gabrielle Bernstein literally went out of her way, just like, who can I get? Start posting stuff at them. Yeah. Next thing you know, Joel Osteen's posting stuff saying, let it go. Another person saying, choose peace, but there's all this anger there. And then around the same time, there's a shot posted about my dick on an Instagram story. And then someone posting someone else toxic, like Marissa Peer saying something that felt super nasty and toxic. So you had both sides. And then stuff coming out of Meza, and like a coach out of Meza going and getting other people to make shots there. So that happened too. These are supposed to be some of the top people in the world. What are you guys doing? What are you doing? All right? Yeah. So that's how, like, I can't even begin to tell you the stuff that I was dealing with in the past couple of years, and spiritually and all this sort of shit. And you guys decided to act like that. All because one person could not have spoken to me one-on-one, and they had that level of reaction and acted that toxic, insanely toxic, that they started just throwing that at me. Groups, multiple groups of stuff. All right? There was fake account stuff posted. There was fake names and stuff posted at me. Like Instagram,